the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Nick George.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. We're back in the studio with Laura Pollard of lifecoachforyou.us. And we had a couple of technical difficulties in our first two attempts to stream on our social media and hers, and we're not giving up. This the third time's the charm. We're using a different internet connection this time, so we're powering through. Laura, when we left off, you were introducing me to the concept that life coaches are certified, at least sometimes. So would you go ahead and tell us about your business and elaborate on that process and if it's necessary?
Yeah, I went to Texas, but the life coaching certification process was out of the Life Coach Institute of California. And that was in 2017. And then I came back here to Laramie, Wyoming, and started about 2018. And I do individual life coaching as well as couples coaching.
And you said that was the biggest surprise in Texas when you were getting certified, is that you had a natural talent for the couples aspect of coaching.
Yeah, what they did down there is you went through all these different, like doing a business coach, all the different areas of life coaching. And when I did the life coaching, the instructor was actually a couples coach. And she said, "You're a natural for this." So I started that up when I got back from there. And I've had about 25 couples since 2018, which I think is pretty good.
Do they come in with a genuine interest to stay together, or do they come in like taking two cats to the vet and you make it work?
Most of it is they already know. In most marriages, communications is and I think nationally is the number one reason people, we talk about finances, other reasons for divorce, but they come in because they're having communications issue, maybe that 7-year itch. And I actually utilize things that I did in my own marriage when I went to a couples retreat that's why I say the 7-year itch, after 7 years of marriage where we wanted to improve on things.
Yeah, I didn't know that was an issue. I'm 2 years away. Thanks for the warning. So you told me how you got into this business, so I won't ask you that question again. You were a sports coach, and you took the successes from what you learned in that industry and you transcribed them over to this, right?
Correct. I coached college basketball, and for the first 7 years at Norwich University, I also coached college softball. I also was on student councils, different things, as a supervisor for those programs. So I had access to the student body in higher education as well. And I already had the tools. My prioritization tool is copyrighted. My husband devised it, but put it in my name because I've utilized it through the years. And so that's kind of the umbrella to no matter what issue people come in, I have them do that prioritization tool to start with.
What are some myths or misconceptions in the industry of life coaching?
That it's counseling. There are, and I think when I went to that certification program, there were people that were counselors that were transitioning to life coaches and vice versa. But I think that's the myth. I always tell life coaching is for, I'm going to get personal information from people, but my goal is to help them be accountable for the goals that they say they want, and for the issues they want resolved. So it's up to a life coach to sit there and differentiate and say, okay, let's move on. I don't need to know all that information. We just need to know how to get you where you want to go.
Forgive my listening disability if you already said this, but is certification required for life coaching?
It is not.
Okay.
But I'm under the guise through the years of get as much education and knowledge as you can, especially if you want to help people. So I constantly read and go to seminars and even take college courses still. I'm a lifelong learner, put it that way.
We know that marketing is the heart of every business. So who are your target customers and how do you attract them now?
I mainly have students. at the University of Wyoming here. We also have WyoTech. So that has been my main thrust. But I do the individual things too as well. And that's what I market is the prioritization tool, that I have something no other life coach has that is unique and that can help an individual. And of course, I advertise for couples coaching as well. And even in the couples coaching, I'll meet with the couple individually for the first session so that I can do the prioritization tool and get to know them before I bring both of them together and start with the couples coaching.
Have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
I have several times. This is my first. I'm glad you guys reached out because, I've had a young lady here in town that does a lot of my advertising. But yeah, I need to do that. I think I have a lot to offer, but the tech part of it, as we witnessed today, even though I don't think that's my fault, is all things I'm trying to manifest.
If Fort Collins customers, our Fort Collins listeners mainly are the people that find us, if they wanted to reach out to you and work with you, could they do that virtually, or do they need to come to Wyoming?
I can do it virtually. I've done Google Meets a lot. I've also gone down to Fort Collins a couple of times because I had some former students here that went to Laramie High School that went down to CSU. But I can reach out. I like in person. We all do, but I definitely, I think COVID brought on the Zoom. Like I said, I like Google Meets better. It seems like you can talk longer and do more things. And then the tools that I have, I just either get that to people by mail or through a file in an email.
Outside of work, what do you do for fun?
Life coaching, like I'm always thinking, and it might sound kind of funny, but even as a basketball coach, I can't go by a playground and see a kid shooting and not like,
try to improve his game.
Can I help you out a little bit, or you have a good shot? Other than that, my dog, Lucky Lou, he's just with me all the time. And that's what's great about working from home.
Awesome. Laura, please tell our listeners one takeaway that they should absolutely remember about lifecoachforyou.us.
One takeaway. I guess I'd go with my mission vision statement. And the mission is to help guide people to their authentic self. And then the vision part of that is everybody has their own journey. And my whole life has been about free of judgment. So I have to be careful sometimes when people come in, it's not that I do have empathy and sympathy, but because I'm so set on the expectation is to find their choosing of what they want to do and correct their life. Does that kind of answer it, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, with the vision statement, I have the tools to get somebody to that authentic self.
How can our listeners learn more about Life Coach for You? I know obviously lifecoachforyou.us, but you also have some social media presence and then the old-fashioned way, a phone number.
307-314-9792. And then on that number, that's just to leave a message, and then I get back right away. And then I do have a presence on Facebook. I have a separate